A little gardening show. We are weighing the Whopper tonight. And this, I think, is a pink brandy wine, actually. Not a Dallas Wilson Cuban this year, which was my big one last year. Last year was like 2 pounds, 7.6 ounces. This one's close. It's like 2 pounds, 6.2 ounces. And the sucker's about 7 inches in diameter. Massive. I'm going to have to put it in the fridge too because it's got a little crack down here. But this is one of the Whoppers that we were waiting on. We got some leftover cherries. And these here are kind of an accidental hybrid between Chadwick Cherry and I think Dester, because of this blush up at the top that tends to show up on my blessed Dester tomatoes. And they're kind of a pink, which is what the Desters are. But got some really nice ones there. My wife sorted these by type so that when she goes to roast them, they get done at the same time. And again, these are just kind of the leftovers. We've already done several batches. So we got a cabinet down here where we're putting our goodies, some of them anyway. And that is all salsa, with the exception of this one jar here, which is cherry tomato sauce. Hey, Tom, how's it going, man? We did have 3 pints of that. We ate 2 already. But look at all that yummy salsa. We're giving a couple pints away. So anyway, I've been working at stuff. I've got seeds saved too. And they've got the little mold scum, so I'll probably drain those off tomorrow and start the drying process. But I got some more stuff. Got some peppers here. Yeah, your sink is newer than mine. That's okay, though. I'll take you downstairs and show you what we got. So my wife had a friend come over today. They spent a couple hours ago, but they were good enough to go out to the garden and pick some tomatoes here. These Italian paste turned out real nice. And then we got San Marzanos. That's real nice. We got a couple Whoppers down at the bottom. Here's another Whopper. This is a Kellogg's breakfast. That's probably 1.5 pounds tomato right there. Maybe close to 2. But she's going to go through these tomorrow and start roasting them. Yeah. And there's probably somebody downstairs. Oh, whoops. My son is sleeping. My daughter just messaged me. We're redoing my son's room. So this is funny. You'll appreciate this. So we Actually, one year we had somebody do that because we found like cigarette butts in the garden where somebody had just come in and helped themselves. um, but anyway, there's a reason. Well, so we'd been fixing up some of the rooms in the house, and my son's bedroom is in need of being fixed up because it just doesn't smell the best. Yeah. Because when he was little, moved over here, he would sleepwalk and peed on the carpet and stuff. So anyway, needless to say, we decided we're gonna redo his floor and redo the walls. Well, his room is also the only room in the house had wallpaper, and we're like, no big deal, we'll take that down, whatever, you know. But should have questioned, why, you know, all the rooms of the house. Why is this the only one that still has wallpaper? Like, is there a reason? Well, I'll show you the reason. So, going a closer examination here, and whoever the brilliant person was that put the drywall paper up, they didn't treat the walls, they didn't prime the walls, they didn't paint the walls or anything. They just glued the paper straight to the drywall board. So consequently, when we went to try to get this paper off, it started taking away the the protective paper of the drywall, whatever. So yeah, that's basically the whole room. So basically my options at this point are A, do nothing. That's not an option. B, skim coat, like seal, and then yeah, paint it. I am gonna have to paint it. I am gonna have to prime it with this. It's kind of like a paper lock stuff, or whatever. It's supposed to lock in like peeling drywall and like basically prep the walls for like a skim coat. But skim coat the walls with sheetrock, or they sell like the really thin drywall. Basically, put board over it, or do like some kind of paneling, wainscoting or something. But yeah, 1/4 inch drywall. So that's an idea there. So I've been watching some YouTube videos on what, contractors have done. There's a channel, this guy named Paul something. He's got a drywall business. He's got a lot of tips and tricks. So I've been watching some of his videos, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. But anyway, that project's kind of hanging over my head with everything else. But yeah. Maybe we just slap poster, or no, here's an idea: just wallpaper it again, right? Let's just get some more wallpaper, and I'll just put some more wallpaper up. Yeah. But anyway, we're dealing with that and just trying to keep up with everything. I was out at Dad's house tonight. We'd taken a couple of vacation days this past weekend and went down to Hocking Hills, took the kids out and rented a little pontoon boat and putzed around and stuff. But we have trouble taking vacation because um, there's a lot of like chores and various things. Wall texture. Yeah, that's okay. That was actually when I was watching that drywall guy. Um, that was his secret was he got sheetrock that he would um, water down to like a consistency of yogurt or something, and would get a real thick drywall or a paint roller, and he would roll that sheetrock on there so it was like a pretty even um, layer, and then he would go through with his little knife tool and then flatten it out. And it turned out pretty good. But yeah, textured paint that would work too. So yeah, we took some vacation days, but and then basically decided we weren't going to do any of the typical like chores and stuff that we normally do. Um, like most weekends, most of our weekends are like work related. Like we're catching up on like mowing everybody's grass because we mow our grass, we mow our in-laws' grass, we mow my dad's grass. Um, got all the stuff with the garden, all the stuff with the house here. Just maintaining things and catching up on chores that don't get done through the week because of other activities and stuff. Anyway, we laid all that aside, but consequently, we're having to catch up on all that this week. And so it's been a little bit, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna mow my grass first, then maybe we'll come over. We still gotta mow my grass. Um, but it's a challenge just to, and then, even with work, and you know this, get interrupted. You're on vacation, but you're really not on vacation. You're not like 100%. In fact, I can't remember the last time I was 100% totally disengaged from like work, right? Because of email and various things that you're having to keep up on or you're checking just out of habit. But taking a couple days this week was probably the closest um, I've had to that, like where I just tried to be intentional and not responding to things. Um, Unfortunately, there wasn't anything like super urgent. And that's one thing with, yeah, turn. uh, Actually, that's a fun. That reminds me. So my dad, he watched the our miniature dachshund for us, and then my sister, she was out of town at the same time, so he was watching her little Yorkshire Terrier. Um, um, what is it? A Yorkie Poo. It's like a poodle Yorkshire Terrier mix. The dog's not. We struggle to watch the dog. It's not like a good dog, at least with us. But anyway, he was watching that dog. He's got a dog now that he got from his brother, a miniature schnauzer. So he's got my wiener dog, miniature schnauzer, and this Yorkie poo, and watching all these dogs. And the one day, so we left the dog over there for the day, and I was going to come back that night to get the dog. And so I come over, he's gone, but the dogs are out in the yard, and he was out with some friends or at choir practice or something. Anyway, so I went ahead and grabbed our dog, got the cage and the dog food and all that, and then sent my dad, some message. I tried calling him, no one answered, so I sent him a couple texts just letting him know what I did. Well, apparently wherever he had gone, he turned off his phone and then didn't bother to turn it back on. So he comes rolling up, and at this point it's storming, it's raining. So he's hustling, trying to get the dogs inside. And he gets up to the yard and he only sees the two dogs. He doesn't see my dog. And his first thought is, oh no, the dog's either escaped or has been stolen. And so he's frantically, you know, running around his yard out in the rain, trying to find the dog. Goes to the neighbors' houses, trying to find the dog. Jumps in the car, driving down the roads a couple different ways. And then after that, it kind of dawns on him like, maybe the dog got picked up. So he realized that, and then he turned his phone back on, and he got all the texts that I'd sent him, and so anyway, it's kind of funny. But anyways, it's tough to, I don't know, find rest in today's like connected world, and like with everything that's going on, it's just really hard to find that time. Even hard to find that time like with your family, like to actually get away and all that. And part of that's because of expectations like extended family has and certain people have, where they just expect you to be available all the time, or don't understand maybe all that you have on your plate. Um, so I don't know, a little bit of a challenge, but we did get away, and now we're playing a little bit of catch up to get caught up on everything. And then we're in the midst of tomato season, processing everything, trying to keep up with that. Shoot. Yeah, and I show you. She might have put it up. I think she did. I get this tomato mill. Actually, I've got a YouTube video on it because it was sitting right over there. She put it up. But I get this pretty nice tomato mill that's got stainless steel hopper and stuff like that. Works pretty good. That we're going to use to process all the cherry tomatoes. Going to get roasted along with the other stuff that's downstairs. Oh, and then the green beans too. I got to make up some more mint lighter weekly feed. I haven't fed the garden for like 2 weeks now, so I need to get out there and fertilize things this weekend. But the rains and stuff have helped. The green beans now are about like 7 inches tall, like really starting to bush out, which is good. And hopefully we'll crowd out some of the weeds that are starting to sprout underneath of them. So I think they'll make it. We planted them, I think, in enough time to where I should be able to harvest them before the first frost, like we did. And I'm sure we're gonna have extra, so I'll probably be bringing some beans your way again this year. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, your garden's been awesome this year. I haven't commented on a lot of the videos, but I've been trying to keep up and watch the videos and posts that you put up. Yeah, I went to, was it Meyer this past weekend, and they happen to have 3 cases of the pint jars left. Someone hadn't snagged them, and we've already used them. We used them on that batch of salsa, so we're gonna have to look around and see if we got any more pint-sized jars. I got plenty of quarts. We were able to. We've been eating green beans here lately from this past year. I'll show you my what we got stocked up. We got these cabinets here down below. Pretty handy. These were, like I said, we've kind of eaten down the green beans here, but then here's all the pickles and relish and stuff. That was from last year. And we got more green beans down here. And then over here, we got a bunch of stuff in there. Tomato sauce and like different types of jams. We got some applesauce from this last year we haven't eaten yet. We'll probably have some more this year. And of course, you already saw the salsa that we had. So we've done a pretty good job of eating down the stuff we put up this last year. And then even the freezer, we freed up some space there for stuff. I got, I went on the foodvacbags.com website, and they were running a pretty good deal on the quart-size bags. I think I got 100 of them for like $13 or whatever it was. Shouldn't stack my jars. Yeah, we've had a couple. We've actually had pretty good luck this year. I think I only had 2 that didn't seal. And I've been looking at the those Tatler. What's your thoughts on the Tatler lids? Oh. You've been using the Tatler lids. Have they worked out pretty good? And then I saw there's like a sister company or something, Harvest Right or whatnot. Looked like it was basically the same concept, like resealable or reusable lids. But it looks like the Tatler lids have maybe the upgraded design. There's one video I was watching where apparently the companies are related. One of them was I think the Sun. Yeah, the Sun started the other company or something. Like but they're pretty much, the products are pretty, yeah, Harvest Guard. And I think like at least the seals and stuff look like they're interchangeable. Yeah, I'd like to try the Tatler rings and seals. I think it'd be kind of neat to have that. I hear a cat. So we ended up that stray cat that showed up like, I don't know, a month ago. We ended up keeping her. Took her to the vet and all that. She was a skinny little thing. Like basically you could feel her ribs and all that. She's fattened up the last month. Like she eats pretty much anytime there's food out, she'll eat. She's up in the chair right now. Let's see if she'll let me get close to her. What you doing, kitty? She's a pretty cat. We ended up naming her Sylvie. And it took her a little while to get used to the other animals, the wiener dog, and then we got another big cat that roams around. He's actually, we put him up at night though, because if not, he'll pee on furniture downstairs, or he's done that before. So we lock him up in the we lock him up in the laundry room so he can't do any of that. So we can keep an eye on him. But she's pretty good. She'll actually come into the back room and sleep on the bed, and it's been a good cat so far. So we'll see. Well, what about you? Anything new going on? I mean, I saw you put the sink in last night. What prompted that? Was that like a honeydew wish list thing, or something that you plan to do, or did the old sink break? Oh man, your wife got attacked by a pit bull. Is she okay? Did it? Was it? She ended up getting bit. I know my sister last weekend. She got bit by a pit bull at Rural King. Bit her in the hand, and busted, or um, I think got one of her tendons or whatnot. She's gonna be okay and all that. It's gonna heal up, but man, I know they say like it's the owner. Oh my gosh. They say those dogs, it's not the dog, but it's the owner, like how they're raised. But I don't know. I mean, some of that stuff is, I mean, those dogs were like bred for a specific purpose, like, bullfighting, right? Or like, what they call that sport where, I don't know. I've got a buddy that loves that breed, and they're a really smart dog, and they can be trained really well and all that, but they tend to be, I guess any dog can be aggressive, but that breed in particular, it seems like tend to be more aggressive. We got some friends. They've got is it Great Pyrenees? I think they've got four of them. They got through some kind of adopt a dog program or something that, there's special clubs or programs that are kind of breed specific where they try to place dogs of certain breeds, find homes for them. And so they've got four of those dogs, and those things are huge. And they've got, I think, chickens as well and stuff like that. And that's crazy. I don't know if I'd want a big dog. We had a big dog early on before we moved over here to Ohio, and he was a pretty good dog. I think he had some chow in him. He had like a curved tail and whatnot. Um, but the more kids we had, the meaner the dog got, or just out of sorts, and started getting kind of aggressive with my wife and all that. And then I guess the straw that broke the donkey's back was he ended up attacking animal control officer. So I guess someone had unlatched our gate, our old house. There's a backyard that butted up against an alley, and someone had come through and opened the gate. The dog got out, and then there was another dog, like a stray, that was like fighting with our dog Elvis, and the neighbor saw the dogs and called animal control actually to get the stray. But when animal control pulled up, the stray dog took off, and then Elvis was still there. So he went out, approached Elvis, and Elvis was pretending to be friendly and all that. And as he got closer, the dog lunged and knocked him on the ground, tried to bite him in the throat. And anyway, make a long story short, they were like, you really need to have that dog put down because it's just a matter of time before he injures a kid or um, does something. He's a liability. So we ended up leaving, basically giving the dog up, um, just for like safety of the family. It got to the point where we couldn't trust the dog anymore, which is terrible because we'd had him for, I don't know, 8, 10 years, probably 8 years. And he's pretty smart, knew all kinds of tricks initially and all that, but just got to the point where we couldn't trust him anymore. And so I don't know, since then we haven't owned like a big dog. Little dogs they're pesky, but can boss them around pretty well if I don't, pick the dog up and put her in a cage or whatever. I'm glad your wife's all right though. Hopefully your dog's gonna be okay. Well, it's been good chatting. I should probably go to bed though. It's like 11:30. American Eskimo dog. That's interesting. The best dog we had was a mutt named Sugar, and she had a pretty good temperament, good family dog. Lived for like, I don't know, 15 years. Yeah, I'll have to send you some stuff. That the rhetoric is starting to pick up as far as the whole COVID stuff, and we're seeing kind of a spike, a wave of it coming through Dayton. Be interesting. I'm not too worried about it though. I've already had COVID, and when we got it last December, we got it pretty good. Sick for a while and completely recovered. So Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Well, hey, I catch you later, and trying to make another video here at some point. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube other than this live stream. So, yeah, and another thing too, if you're still working on cars here and there, probably gonna need a set of brakes on my Buick at some point. It's been, I don't know. When did you do? You did the brakes on that, like, I don't know. Was that 2 years ago when you had the tree down? When we did all that, or was that a year ago when you had the tree trimmed and we had all that mess we cleaned up or worked on? I can't remember. Yeah, 2 years ago. So the car probably needs at some point. I imagine some brakes. So anyway, we'll see. I'll try to hit you up. Maybe if you're available, that's something you want to do. We can plan on it at some point. Yeah. Well, I try to roll through stop signs, not come through a complete stop. Maybe coast just a little bit and just sail right through. Try not to use my turn signals either. That way I don't burn the bulbs out. Shoot. All right, man. Well, hey, we'll catch you later. Try to get you some salsa too. And the batch turned out really good this year. So, all right, man. We'll catch you later.